CIET NCERT presents audiobook Kriti, textbook of arts for grade 7.
Page number 133. Chapter number 12. Dance, You and Creativity. On the right side of the page is given a QR code. When you scan the QR code, you will be able to find additional resources of the chapter. On the left side is an image of a mudra. Movements of hips in dance. After exploring the movement of upper torso, lower torso, arms and legs, you will now see the movement of the hips and the kati, another body part mentioned in the Natya Shastra. Hip movements in Indian dance tradition play a vital role in expressing the rhythm and emotion of the song. While their specific use and style can vary across different classical and folk dance forms, they are characterized by grace, precision, and fluidity. Below are the hip movements intricately woven into Indian dance traditions. Given are 3 images. Image number 1, twisting of the hip. Garba uses the movement of twisting in its style of turning. Given is the image of dancers dancing Garba. Image number 2, side to side. In many folk dances of our country, you can observe side-to-side hip movements. For example, the Kalbelia given is an image of a dancer dancing the Kalbelia dance. Image number 3, back and front. A few Indian dance traditions feature back and forth hip movements. You can observe such movements in dances like the Bihu and Chau. Given are 2 images. The first image is of dancers performing Bihu. The second image is of a dancer performing Chau. Page number 134. Circular. How do you rotate a hula hoop? Have you observed hip rotation while using one? For instance, can a snake dance have circular hip movements? Given is an image of a woman performing Sapera dance of Rajasthan. On the bottom left side of the page are 2 images. In the 2 images, there are 2 boys performing hula hoop. Activity 12.1. Dance with hip movements. Now, observe such hip movements in different Indian dances and try to replicate them. Create your own dance with characters and animals and add appropriate hip movements for it. Given are 2 images. Image number 1 has 5 girls. They have placed their right hand away from the body but at the hip level. Their left arm is placed in front of the left side of the chest in a mudra. Image number 2 is of 5 girls. The girls have placed their left arm on the back side of the head and the right arm is rested on the waist. Both the images demonstrate students practicing dance using hip movements. Note to the teacher: coordinate an activity of watching some dance forms and divide the students into groups to try the various ways in which hip can move. Movements in QR code in the beginning of the chapter. Page number 135. Traditions and transformations beyond boundaries. In Kriti grade 6, we discussed many dance traditions and the role of male and female dancers. In solo traditions, the solo dancer plays different roles and switches from one character to another. There was a strong tradition of female dancers all over India who enacted stories and poetries, taking on various roles. Simultaneously, there were male dancers who sometimes performed in the garb of a woman. One such personality is the famous Kuchipudi dancer Vedantam Satyanarayana Sarma, who performed in female costume. In traditional dance drama traditions, male dancers often take on the role of women, and their costume decides the portrayal of the character. Some dance traditions also use masks for portrayals, like Chau, which we learnt about in Kriti, grade 6. We will learn about 2 more such performance traditions where men We will learn about 2 more such performance traditions where men have traditionally been playing female characters. Though now, both traditions are welcoming women into their traditional practices. Given is an image of the veteran Kuchipudi dancer Vedantam Satyanarayana Sarma. Bhagavata Mela Natakam from Melatur, Tamil Nadu, a dance drama tradition of southern India. This form, too, originated in the village of Kuchipudi in Andhra Pradesh. The main protagonists were Tirthanarayan Yati and Siddhendra Yogi. Some Bhagavatars moved from Andhra after the decline of the Vijayanagara Empire to Melatur, Thanjavur, patronized by the Nayaka kings, and thus started the Melatur tradition. Famous Sanskrit scholars Gopala Krishna Shastri and his son Venkatarama Shastri became disciples of Saint Narayana Tirtha Yati. Patrons Achyutappa Nayak and Sevappa Nayak gifted the village Melatur to these Brahmans, and it became a center of fine arts. Patrons Achyutappa Nayak and Sevappa Nayak gifted the village Melatur to these Brahmans, and it became a center of fine arts. Early 20th century CE, the most famous Bhagavatar was Natesha Iyer, and after his death, the troupe was continued under G. Swaminathan. Other important persons were Balu Bhagavatar and T.V. Natesh Bhagavatar. E. Krishna Iyer was instrumental in reviving the tradition with the Madras Music Academy in 1950. The main performance was Prahlada Charitam at the Vardaraja Perumal Temple during Narsimha Jayanti in May or June. Conventionally, male dancers play the role of women. Given is the image of the legendary dancer N. Shrikant Natarajan in a female get-up. Page number 136. Ankiya Bhauna from Assam. Given is the image of artists performing the Ankiya Bhauna from Assam. Ankiya Nat is a dance drama tradition from Assam which developed in the 15th century CE. Following the tradition of singing and dancing of Vaishnavism, Namghars and Satras were established where the monks, who were all males, performed stories of the Bhagavata Purana through music and dance. A certain kind of presentation of Ankiya Nat is called Bhauna, which combines live instruments, singers, dance, and elaborate costumes in production. Masks are important props in this Nat tradition. The Bhauna begins with a Sanskrit benediction, and the songs are in Brajobali. The most important Namghar is the Kamalabari Satra in Majoli, Assam. Activity 12.2. Given are 2 images on the right side of the page. First image is of a Sita mask in Ankiya Bhauna. The second image is of Purulia Chau. My character determines costume and my movement, going beyond boundaries. Decide on a character, for example, a lady's movement or mask, which can include side-to-side hip movements, or a peacock costume, or mask, which can include front and back hip movements. Earlier, you learnt mask making in theatre. Can you recall that for making masks? Now, choose your hip movement and or a mask to portray a character of your choice. Page number 137. Dance traditions in transition and transformation. During cultural reconstruction with the nationalist movement, there was a regeneration of classical dances and emergence of contemporary movement vocabulary. Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore established one of the first fine arts universities, the Vishwa Bharati University in Shantiniketan in 1921. It was instrumental in developing a new dance vocabulary, drawing from our traditional dances that came to be known as Rabindra Nritya. He pioneered professional dance for women. Given on the left side of the page is an image of Rabindranath Tagore. At the bottom of the page on the left side is an image two female dancers performing the Rabindra Nritya. Now try to dance two lines of a dance in Rabindra Nritya. Uday Shankar. Uday Shankar was perhaps the pioneer of modern Indian dance. He began his dance career in 1920, dancing with Anna Pavlova with no formal training. He creatively amalgamated various dance traditions of India from classical, folk, traditional and tribal to present a completely new dance style which has come to be known as the Uday Shankar style. His dance film Kalpana, made in 1948, has remained unparalleled to date. Watch some clips of Uday Shankar and film Kalpana from your QR code and try to dance few phrases of that. Given on the right side top corner of the page is the image of Uday Shankar. Given on the right side at the bottom of the page is Uday Shankar and Amla Shankar in a performance. Page number 138. Choreography. From stage to screen. You have been getting used to the term choreography in dance. Now you can see the same on screen. Indian cinema throughout its existence has used many Indian dances in its choreography. Notable ones being Mughal-e-Azam, choreographed by Lachu Maharaj, and Jhanak Jhanak Payal Baje by Gopi Krishna. Many South Indian actresses were accomplished Bharatnatyam dancers and danced beautifully in movies. Bharat Ratna awarded M.S. Subbulakshmi had a flair for Abhinaya and performed such sequences in many of her films. In recent times, the famous Kahe Chhed Chhed Mohe choreography by Birju Maharaj became very popular. Beautiful Garba sequences and many other folk forms are also seen in many movies in every part of the country. Activity 12.3. My Creative Dance. Develop your creative dance using the patterns of movement learnt till now. Divide yourselves into groups of 1, 2, 3 and 4 respectively. Each group will work out different phrases of movement. Choose your composition, music swar and rhythm variations that you have practiced earlier. You can also choose a situation or represent a character and add emotions. Now, put together one complete dance, joining the dance phrases of each group. You have thus gone through the complete process of composing and choreographing a dance. Given is an image 5 students performing creative dance. Note to the teacher. Let the children watch some of the dance movie songs mentioned above like Appalam Chappalam, Jhanak Jhanak Payal Baje, Sankar Bharanam, and other ones chosen by the teacher. Page number 139. Assessment. Chapter 12. Dance, You and Creativity. Given is a table with 5 columns. Column number 1, CG. Column number 2, C. Column number 3, Learning Outcomes. Column number 4, Teacher. Column number 5, Self. Column number 1, CG 2. Column number 2, C 2.2. Column number 3, Learning Outcomes. Overall participation in class. Column number 1, CG 3. Column number 2, C 3.1. Column number 3, Learning Outcomes. Explores the use of props like masks or something else to enhance their characterization. Column number 1, CG 3. Column number 2, C 3.2. Column number 3, Learning Outcomes. Feels comfortable in using hips in movement and creatively adds it to their movements. Column number 1, CG 3. Column number 2, C 3.2. Column number 3, Learning Outcomes. Is interested to try different character postures and movements while using the hips. Column number 1, CG 3. Column number 2, C 3.2. Column number 3, Learning Outcomes. Creatively uses all techniques learnt to make a dance. Column number 1, CG 4. Column number 2, C 4.1. Column number 3, Learning Outcomes. Interested in knowing about contemporary development of dance traditionally and in popular culture. Teachers' comments and students' observations. Fill in the blanks. Chapter number 12 ends here.
Kriti, you were just listening to this audiobook, Textbook of Arts for Grade 7. Narration, Richa Jain. Sound recordist, Virendra Rawat. Assistance in production, Amarjit Sarkar. Directed and produced by Vimlesh Chaudhary. This audiobook is brought to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.